Hey everybody, welcome back to East Coast Haunts.
That had a little bit of a southern twang to it.
Sorry, what can I say? I've been in the southern states.
Have you?
I think technically, like Maryland and Virginia, they're south of the
I was so
Mason-Dixon
confused.
line.
I was so confused. Yeah, I guess they are.
Yeah. I think it depends who you ask, because if you ask
someone from Maine or Vermont, they'll probably say
Exactly.
Maryland is in the south.
But if you ask someone from Georgia,
They'll
no way
say-
in hell is Washington, D.C. going to be in the south.
Yes.
So
So
I
yes,
don't know.
that's why you have the twang. Also, she's MK, I'm Sam. I cut you off before you went to say that.
It's
so,
okay.
in case you're new here.
Hopefully you know who we are already. If not, welcome to the podcast. We love to have you here.
Yes, glad to have you. Take a seat, sit down.
Because I'm going to tell you all about a first-hand experience that I had this past weekend.
Because you were in Washington, D.C., celebrating
was.
Easter with your family.
I sure was. And I'll tell you, we had a hell of a time. It was a grand time. That's all I have to say about that.
All I know
Just
is
kidding.
that your bikes broke down. You had some sort of sketchy bike tour.
Okay, yes.
Not sketchy, not sketchy.
To kick off this episode with a little bit of lightheartedness, I'll tell you all a little story about my Saturday of the Easter weekend.
All right.
So we woke
Holy
up.
Saturday.
It started off so fun. Like we got brunch with one of my old friends,
Aw.
Katie, and she lives in DC, so it was like awesome to meet up with her because I
Yes.
haven't seen her in a very long time. And then my mom had booked all 5 of us, so it was me, my mom, my dad, and my 2 younger sisters, a bike tour. So basically what was going to happen was we were going to bike to Mount Vernon, which is, if you don't know, George Washington's estate,
Correct.
and we were going to bike back into Alexandria and like tour because they have like little shops and stuff, whatever. And we were thinking it was going to be like a 7-mile bike ride there, 7-mile bike ride back.
Okay, which is, still hard, but fair.
It's a long bike ride, but it's not
But doable.
too bad.
Yeah, it's doable.
Especially because I tend to think of my family as like pretty active.
Oh, you guys are super active, yeah.
I feel like we're okay.
A piece of cake for you.
So we got, no, but not by any stretch, but we got to the place and we thought it was going to be like a leisurely bike ride. Like none of us were really like dressed for like a super like
Tour de
intensive
France
workout.
Yeah.
We got there and the guy told us that it was 10 miles there, 10 miles back, which is now a 20-mile bike ride.
Okay, so that's adding a good 6 miles.
A good 6 miles, right?
my quick
That's
math.
fine. Right? Okay, we can do that. Fine.
Okay.
So we get on our bikes and we start riding, and it doesn't take us long to figure out that this course is entirely uphill. Like, it is literally
That's insane to me.
uphill the entire time. And then you'd get, like, a quick downhill, and then it was, like, another steep uphill.
I like how they did not advertise that.
No, they didn't. And, like, if you were, like, even, like, slightly out of shape, good luck.
I'll be honest, I really don't think I could have
I
done
had
that.
to stop and walk my bike, like, a few times.
It would have just put me in such a bad mood. Like, unexpected
my
exercise.
one sister who is now a collegiate athlete,
Yeah.
and my other sister who has like medaled in several cross country races and is a very accomplished
Yes.
runner. My mom who's a marathon runner.
Yes.
We all had to stop and walk our bikes.
Yeah. See, and I bet they
So-
didn't put that in the flyer. For
no,
the,
it was crazy.
They're like, scenic bike tour, like fun for all
That's
ages.
not even the half of it, okay? So we're on the course. My dad's bike breaks down.
Classic also. Didn't his
brakes stopped
Segway
working.
also break down when we went on that Segway tour years ago?
Probably. He doesn't have much luck with these kind of things. And then I think it was my mom's bike actually, her seat, you were unable to adjust it, so she literally had like the posture of like a cooked shrimp.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that curvature.
exactly. So
I've never heard that, the posture of a cooked shrimp. That's
it
really
was
funny.
thank you. I thought it was kind of like a good analogy. But
Did you make that analogy up?
yeah.
That's hilarious.
Thank you.
I'm gonna start using that.
I always say like when I sit at my desk at work,
The
I
pos-
feel like I'm like a cooked shrimp.
I'm gonna start using that.
Good.
That's so funny.
Okay, I'm good. I'm glad. But anyway, so my dad's brakes stop working. My mom can't adjust her seat, and we get to Mount Vernon, And we're literally exhausted. Like,
yes.
Like, out of it, we're like, all we want to go do is like go home and nap.
Yeah.
But we like force our way to like go through Mount Vernon. Like, thank God my dad bought me a beer, and I was like,
to get you
happy
through.
as a clam. I literally was like, thank God.
Happy as a cooked shrimp.
Happy as a cooked shrimp, yes. But hopefully maybe we'll do an episode on Mount Vernon, because I did take a lot of really cool pictures, and it is in fact haunted.
I was going to say, I'm sure it's haunted.
It is.
I just might have to, you know how I feel about George Washington. So.
I know. So you're going to have to do some like deep breathing.
Yeah.
I can do the research if you want.
Okay. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that.
Of course, but we're not here to talk about Mount Vernon today.
No.
We're
a different DC haunt.
A different DC haunt, and one where I stayed not one, not two, but 3 whole nights.
Oh, it was 3 whole nights?
Yeah. Friday,
Ooh.
Saturday, Sunday, and then I came home Monday.
Spooky.
I know.
So what was this hotel called?
It's called the Mayflower Hotel, and it's located in the DuPont Circle section of Washington, D.C.
All right.
And it's called, like, the Mayflower Hotel Autograph Collection.
What?
So I know. So
Why?
the Autograph Collection is, like, it's a collection of hotels.
Okay.
It's almost 200 hotels all over the world.
Okay.
They have them in, like, Belgium. They have them all over the United States, Mexico. And they're mostly historical landmarks that have now been renovated for the 21st century.
Oh, okay. So been renovated into hotels.
Yeah.
Cool.
So pretty cool. Or like historical hotels that have now had, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Electricity,
Refurbished,
water,
whatever.
Air conditioning.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
So this particular hotel was built in 1925, and it was the site of several historic events.
Okay.
So instead of like taking you through like the architecture of the hotel, I'm going to take you through the historic events that happened there.
That sounds way more fun.
Just because I think it's like
that's way
really
more fun.
Cool. And I'm going to give you like a little bit of like a history quiz at some points.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Did you ever take AP US history? I think I've asked you this
Yes,
before.
I did. And
okay.
I know you did too.
Yes, I did. Those DVQs, though.
We'll see how much of it
how
sticks, however many years later. Yeah,
okay.
like 8, 7, 6 years later.
Let me ask you a question. How well do you know your presidents?
I only know the interesting ones.
Okay, all right. We're not looking too hot.
Okay. Off to an abysmal start.
All right, so in 1927, Charles Lindbergh, who, if you don't know, was a very famous pilot, was awarded the Hubbard Medal for Exploration and Discovery by the National Geographic Society, and a breakfast for just 1,000 people was held at the hotel in honor of him. And the medal was presented by the current president, which in 1927, do you know who that would have been?
Hoover.
Close. No.
Truman.
No, you're going the opposite way.
I don't know.
Calvin
Garfield.
Coolidge.
Dang it.
Yeah, you just skipped right around him, I think. I also don't know
Calvin
my hotel,
Coolidge, okay.
or,
My hotels.
My hotels. I also don't know
my
my
hotels.
presidents too much. All right, so March 3rd, 1932, another famous president stayed here.
Okay.
Do you have any idea who it is? I'll give you a hint and say he was the only one that ever had more than 2 terms, I believe.
More than 2 terms?
Yeah, I think the 2-term limitation was.
Did I say Truman already? Have I guessed Truman already?
Yeah, you guessed him for the last one.
I only know a handful. Could it be? Oh, was it Roosevelt or something?
Yes, very good. Very
Teddy?
good. No, FDR.
Dang it!
FDR.
I shouldn't have specified.
You should have just stayed with
Roosevelt. Okay.
So FDR and Eleanor stay in room 776 before the inaugural address that was given during the Depression. And now Roosevelt knows that he needs to raise morale because people are getting depressed.
Yes.
Because of the Depression.
Because of the Depression.
And it's in this room that he pens his most famous line, and one that you'll definitely recognize. Okay. It's the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
Right.
Which I'm sure you've heard before. It's very famous, and that was penned in room 776 in the Mayflower Hotel.
That's really cool.
Which is really
That's probably
cool.
one of the harder ones to, rooms to rent out, I would think.
I would think so. In 1941, we're not done with the Roosevelt. Eleanor Roosevelt this time takes on the huge undertaking of selling savings and bonds for the war effort.
Wow.
So 1941.
I don't really know what that means, but like sounds like very
1941. What war?
World War II.
Very good.
Phew.
Very good.
Thank you.
She also sold defense stamps, and the Mayflower Hotel was one of 6,000 hotels to sell stamps, and they hosted the retailers that were also selling the stamps.
Okay.
Kind of just a cool fact.
Yeah.
In 1943, a draft of the GI Bill was written on Mayflower Hotel letterhead
Wow.
by Harry Colmery, who was a World War I vet.
Okay.
And the GI Bill, for those of you who don't know, because I
don't know what it
really
is, yeah.
didn't either, it helps veterans pay for education and housing after.
Oh, that's
World War
awesome.
effort. Very cool. I tried to find further detail on this next fact just because I think it's really funny.
Oh, God.
But I could not find what I was looking for.
Okay.
So, in 1945, Winston Churchill, who was the prime minister,
Yes.
attends dinner, and he tells an off-color joke at the dinner table. Okay?
Off-color means, like, inappropriate,
yes,
right? Yeah.
like, he like, says it to his neighbor.
Offensive,
not thinking much of it. He was attending dinner in something that they called the Chinese room.
Okay.
But the acoustics in this room are designed for dinner parties.
Okay.
So that you don't have to, like, shout.
Okay, so if you whisper something, it's gonna carry.
It's gonna carry. So it carried all the way up to FDR, who was offended by it, and then also several, like, esteemed female guests as well. Which I would have to assume that this was, like, a racy joke, because they apparently were extremely
Winston, you
offended.
dog.
I know.
I want to know what it was. Yeah, I really want to know what it was.
Joke. I really wanted to find it.
And this was in the Mayflower.
This was in the Mayflower Hotel.
Wow. So all the high rollers and bigwigs of the early 1900s have stayed here.
We're, like, not even done.
Okay.
This
wow.
next fact is my favorite because I think it's just, like, really cool. And I wish I had known this at the time that I was staying there.
Okay.
Because I would have went looking for, like, a little, like, historical monument to it or something. Because I'm sure there is one.
An Easter egg of sorts.
Exactly. So in 1947, there was a hotel restoration effort that began. And during construction, it revealed a secret room with gold, silver, cloisonne serving dishes, which is a kind of, like, enamel decoration.
Okay.
Urns and candelabra that turned out to be worth, like, several thousands of dollars.
Oh.
Isn't that really cool?
And they were in a secret room?
In the Mayflower Hotel.
Oh, that's really cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Almost cooler is the fact that there was a secret room, though.
I know.
Right? Like.
Yeah, like, I wonder when it got, like, boarded up.
Probably then, right?
Interesting.
When they were, like, redoing it. That kind of sucks.
I know. But
that would have been
awesome.
awesome.
What do you mean? Oh, what do you mean
It sucks that they boarded up the room.
Oh, no, I meant, like, when it had previously been boarded up.
Oh, I was like, why are you being so, like, why are you so, like...
I knew there was some sort of miscommunication.
Like, I was like, oh, that kind of sucks, and Mary Kate looked so bad. She's like, no, it doesn't. Okay.
You meant, like, oh, it sucks that they, like, found the room. I was like...
Because now it's not secret anymore. It's not hidden anymore. All the
Sorry
urns.
for the aggression that just came out.
It all makes sense now.
All right.
We're friends again.
In 1957, the King of Morocco joined the Eisenhowers for a dinner at the hotel.
Wow.
That's all I have on that. 1972, J. Edgar Hoover. Do you know who that was? You know who this was.
Yes. He was, the Hoover Dam.
Probably.
Okay, and also Hoover was the guy from Annie.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, like the...
This is not Henry Hoover.
Oh. J. Edgar Hoover.
J. Edgar.
Jedgar Hoover.
You have, like...
I know the name.
Very loose connection to this.
J. Edgar Hoover.
You're gonna know what I'm saying. He was the director of the FBI.
Oh, he was!
Yes.
Okay. I don't think I ever would have guessed that, but now that you say it, I'm like,
yeah,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
He dined at the Carvery restaurant, which was in the hotel, which no longer exists, but there is, like, a bar and restaurant area that I had one too many drinks at.
A couple of drinks. She came off of Lent hard.
I did come off of Lent hard. So he used to dine at the Carvery restaurant every working day for 20 years.
That's such like a man thing to do.
And he used to order the exact same thing every time.
What was it?
I don't know.
Probably like a salad and like a roast beef or something.
I was thinking like a French onion soup.
That would be delicious.
I could do French onion soup
every day for 20 years.
Yeah, I would think so. definitely.
Wow. Okay, he's cool.
And then around the same time, Harry Truman frequented that restaurant.
Jeez, I guess I'm like, why are there so many political figures? But obviously it's DC,
Yes,
so it kind of makes sense.
And it's literally like 4 or 5 blocks from the White House.
Okay.
So.
Wow, it's really close.
Yes, he frequented the same restaurant, and he gave the hotel the tagline, "Washington's second best address."
Oh, that's cute. I like that.
Do you know what the first best address is?
I'm assuming it's supposed to be like the White House, right?
Yeah, but what's the address of the White House?
1 White House Avenue.
Yes, you got it.
No, it's not. I got a little excited for a second.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
What? Is that like common knowledge? Like, should I have known that?
Yeah, totally.
Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we know what the favorite state is.
Well, listen to this, though. Harry Truman lived at the Mayflower Hotel for the first 90 days of his presidency.
Why?
Just felt like it.
Okay.
I actually have no idea.
It would be kind of fun to live in a hotel. He had his little Zach and Cody moment.
No, I think it would be so nice to live in a hotel.
Yeah, because you don't have to clean your room.
You don't have to clean your room. You come home, there's a fresh towel waiting for you every day.
That actually sounds really nice.
You have to change your sheets, which is my least favorite, like, household
Yeah,
chore.
actually, that would be really nice. No wonder Harry Truman. If I was president, I would do that.
Do you
What's
think,
stopping
like,
me?
This might be, like, a really stupid question.
Go on.
Do you think, like, presidents have, like, butlers and stuff in the White House that do, like, their laundry and stuff for them?
I think yes.
Okay.
Right? I would think they would have staff. Because it's such a big...
Yeah.
And so, yes, I know they have a chef, a cook, like the White House chef.
That
I know
makes
they have
sense,
that.
yeah.
So why wouldn't they have, like, maids and people maintaining the house and everything?
What if you, like... What if I was, like, president, right?
Yeah.
Which is a scary thought.
I'd
but,
be like, wow. How did that happen?
Yeah, I would be like that too. Considering I have no interest in politics.
And you're 22.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true too. And a woman.
Yes. Yeah, true.
Just kidding. It could happen. And I was like, you know what? Like, for dinner tonight, I really just, like, want to microwave myself some, like, lean cuisine. Like, what do you, like, do you
First
think
of all.
I could? No, I know. I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
Yes.
I know.
Like, it reminds me of, like, the little cartoon penguin on Lean Cuisine.
Exactly. Well, no, that was kid cuisine.
Oh.
Which is actually
Okay.
what I meant to say.
Okay. So maybe get it right next time.
Okay,
That's
sorry.
all.
So my apologies.
Okay, I think that, yeah, because you're the president, so you have ultimate power.
Valid.
So, you could send them to Guantanamo Bay if they said no.
Okay.
So, yeah, you can warm up that kid's cuisine, of course.
If I just, like, went into the White House kitchen, I was like, get out of here. I'm just time for
I'm
me to
doing
let
the
me
queen
cook.
Let her cook.
All right,
Yes, that
real
is the
talk, though,
answer.
what was your favorite lean cuisine entree?
I didn't get lean cuisine.
Not the sorry.
Oh!
The kids' cuisine.
I know. I never had kids' cuisine. I did Lunchables.
No, yeah, but we had kids' cuisine at Grandma's house.
Okay, let me
know
see.
it. I liked the, like, cosmic, like,
Cosmic
pudding.
brownie?
No, it was like
Cosmic
a
pudding.
And then that one came with, yeah, it's this one right here. It came with, like, corn for whatever reason,
Okay.
and I think
That actually
mac
does
and
look.
cheese
That looks
and,
pretty
like,
good.
The, like,
I don't
brownie.
remember the penguin looking like that though. I feel like he's gotten a refurbishment.
Yeah, he definitely has. This is
Look,
what I
yeah,
remember
yeah,
him
those
looking
ones.
like. Yeah.
Ooh.
The little chef's hat. I forget that people listening can't see what we're looking at.
I know, yeah. But basically, I don't remember, but those little spaghetti and meatballs remind me of Chef Boyardee.
Oh, that.
Which we would have at Grandma's
The
and Grandpa's.
raviolis.
Yes, we're so good.
Unmatched.
I also really like the spaghetti and meatballs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I was president, I would mandate that every child, every newborn until age 15 has to eat a ravioli. Okay, I'm done. The joke is dead.
Okay.
Continues.
All right. So, in 1983, it was added to the National Register of Historic Places. Yay.
As it should be. Yay.
Yay.
Slay.
Now for the real tea. 1999. Monica Lewinsky interviewed after Clinton's impeachment at the Mayflower in the presidential suite.
Slay girl, go girl.
Get that bag.
Okay. That's really cool, actually.
I know, isn't it really
yeah.
cool? If you want to stay in the one of the presidential suites, I don't know about the one that she was interviewed at, but it's going to run you about $175 to like $400 a night.
$175 isn't bad, though.
I know. But I don't think that's the one that she stayed in.
Okay. I would totally want to stay in the one that she stayed in. Yeah, not that I really know that much of the story, but it would just be cool.
It's part of history.
Yeah.
You know? A fun part of history.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. That was not the right accent, but just pretend.
It was, and then the other one was, what is it? The one that Richard Nixon said, "I'm not a crook." Isn't that what it is? Those two always remind me of each other. Okay, let's get into the hauntings.
Okay, yes. Because obviously this place
has hosted many political figures, many famous figures.
Yeah.
What's super unique about this place is that it's only haunted one day a year.
How?
It's a residual haunting, I
guess. And what day?
January 20th. Do you have any idea, what that is?
It's the day before my sister's birthday.
Okay, slay.
But I don't think that's the reason why it's haunted.
It might be.
January 20th. No, I don't know what that is. It doesn't ring a bell.
It's the day of the inaugural ball.
Ooh. And is the inaugural ball always on January 20th? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So, back when Calvin Coolidge was elected, the Mayflower Hotel was set to host the inaugural ball for Silent Cal. That was his nickname.
That's weird.
Back in those days, the inaugural ball was hosted in March, which is kind of weird. So, the timing of this haunting doesn't really line up. But
just don't think about it too hard.
I tried to figure it out. But
it's better. It's better to just accept it.
We're gonna just say that the haunting shifted back in time because the ghosts got confused and they were like, "Oh my god, it's inaugural ball time."
They're like, "We're so silly.
We're late." That's what
for
they
a
said.
very important date. Exactly.
So 1 week prior to Silent Cal's inaugural ball, his son dies of infection, which is very
That's
sad.
so sad.
So they hosted this ball, but obviously Mr. and Mrs. Coolidge did not attend.
Okay.
So once the inauguration, like I said, was moved from March to January, every year there's been paranormal activity on this one night.
Okay.
So it starts at 10 p.m. and it works like clockwork. Because the staff will be able to tell you, exactly what will happen, when it's going to happen, and,
So does the haunting start at 10 or the ball starts at 10?
The haunting starts at 10, which is when the ball would have started.
Okay.
Isn't that kind of crazy?
Yes.
So at 10 p.m., which, again, is when the ball would have started, the lights in the ballroom begin to flicker.
Okay.
Crazy. And the staff says that this is the only time that there's, ever an electrical issue in this room.
And so this is every 4 years or every 8 years, right?
This happens every year, but every 4 years is an inaugural ball.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yes. Then the elevator car in one of the elevators, which are admittedly a little bit rickety, gets stuck on the 8th floor, which is where Coolidge was supposed to have stayed.
Oh.
At 10:15, the elevator arrives in the lobby where Coolidge would have made his grand entrance, and at exactly the time that he would have.
Wait, this is cool.
I know, isn't it cool? In the mezzanine above the ballroom, staff will find, this is so weird, appetizers and drinks that would have been served back in the 20s when this was happening, but are not being currently served at the hotel or anywhere near.
Probably some of those weird, I know this is more 50s, but those weird Jello appetizers.
The aspics or whatever. Ew, those gross me out.
Wait, this is weird.
I know.
Also, I might have missed something, but Calvin and his wife did not go to the inaugural ball.
No.
So why? I wonder why it stops on the 8th floor where he was staying.
It was where he was supposed to stay.
Okay.
So this is I think
this is so
a lot
weird.
of paranormal experts, this is kind of jumping the gun, debate whether it's Calvin or his son haunting it, and a lot of people think it's Calvin haunting it because he never got to attend his inaugural ball. So now he's just kind of like every year on January 20th.
He's like, let me
like
live it,
like bask in the glory a little bit.
Aww.
Which is really sad.
This is a really cool haunting, though.
I know, isn't it awesome?
Yes.
And then just another little fun fact to end us off. January 20th is the most expensive night to stay in a hotel in DC because of the inaugural ball.
In all of DC?
Yep.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty cool?
I thought it was going to be the most expensive because people want to experience the haunting.
Well, both.
That would be so... Wow. Okay.
So they do say that if you want to experience this haunt, you should try to get a room on the 8th floor.
Okay.
Which is where a lot of the, like... there was a lot of scandal that I didn't get into with this hotel.
Well, I'm sure with all the political figures.
I didn't want to have to go into, like, the background of it all.
Okay.
Not that I didn't want to have to go into it, but, like...
It would have been...
It's just would have made the episode so too long.
Yeah. A rabbit hole.
Exactly. So, but there was someone, a big political figure, who was caught having, like, sex workers meet him. Oh, Elliot Spitzer.
Oh.
Was caught with, like, a sex worker, and then it kind of, like, opened up a can of worms.
Okay.
There was a prostitution ring.
Okay.
And then another political figure that I can't remember his name was also caught doing drugs, like cocaine, in the hotel. And I don't know what time period it was, but he was arrested for possession of cocaine. Either like because of the footage from the hotel or something. I don't know, but
so there's some scandal wrapped up in it.
There's definitely some scandal. So they say that like the 8th floor is particularly active on January 20th. That's
so interesting. I mean, well, obviously it's good. The haunting will happen no matter what this coming January 20th. But are we up for, like, will there be a new president in January 2024?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
If
I can't
Biden
believe.
Doesn't get reelected.
Well, yeah. There'll be a new term, I guess.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Right?
So there probably will be a ball no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Wow.
Joe and Jill.
We should go.
But like the inaugural ball.
Yeah. Joe or whoever is the next president, invite us to the inaugural ball.
I should message Jill Biden because, well, first of all,
we're right in Delaware.
Exactly.
On her old stomping grounds.
And Jill did go to Villanova, and so did I.
Oh my gosh. Be like, listen, help an alumna out.
And, you know,
get us
always
tickets.
Talk about that Villanova alumni connection. I need to see it now.
I need to see it now,
the
Jill.
To the alumni ball. The inaugural ball.
We'll get such cute dresses.
No, literally, you guys won't even know what hit you.
That would be
stunting on them.
But also people would be like, who are these two random girls? And like, why did they?
I'm sure there are plenty of random people.
Honestly, you're right. Is the inaugural ball the place where those comedians do those you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Like sometimes they have comedians talk at like these dinners and they like roast the different politicians. It's really funny. I remember Cecily Strong did one that was really funny.
I don't think so.
I think it's probably something else.
Let's look it up. Inaugural balls are large social gatherings. Both black tie and white tie.
What's white tie?
I think it's like less formal.
Okay,
than
I have
black
never
tie.
heard of that.
Let me see. Nope, it is not. It is the most formal.
Oh, it's the most formal. I've never even heard of white tie.
No, me either. Remember when you and I hosted a holiday party and we told our boyfriends that it was black tie and we had everyone else show up in their pajamas?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do remember that.
I will never be able to hear the term black tie.
I remember it all too well. I know, I will always remember. Think if it was that. Also, wait, this is no.
Tell me. Go ahead, tell me.
Well, this is not a pop culture podcast, but I was gonna ask you, since I haven't had a chance to ask you yet, if you've heard about Taylor Swift and Joe
Aldwin
breaking up, and Millie Bobby Brown is engaged.
Yes. Okay. That's
crazy to Bon Jovi's son.
Fucking what?
Yeah. Isn't that
Bon Jovi's son?
Yes.
You're kidding.
Okay, now good. Now I feel because I felt like I was such a boomer because I was like, oh my god, like I didn't really even know they were dating, and they are. And it's Bon Jovi's son. Isn't that crazy?
You have literally just blown my mind because now that you're saying it,
You saw that his last name was Jovi or something?
Yeah. And I was like, that's like
Jovi.
A cool last name.
Yeah.
Like Millie Bobby Jovi.
Millie Bobby Jovi.
That's actually like kind of a cute name.
Millie Bobby Brown Jovi. Like, and it's gonna sound like Bon Jovi. Imagine Bon Jovi being your father-in-law? ?
I feel like
I'd be
he
like,
would either be like the coolest father-in-law ever, or he'd be like a nightmare.
I would be like,
What would you be like?
I would be like, we're halfway there. Whoa! Oh, I wonder if he's gonna perform at their wedding.
I am sure he will.
I would be like, yeah, but imagine like your father-in-law like performs at your wedding. I guess it's different if it's
father performing at your wedding.
Dad, you can never just.
What song would your dad perform
at my wedding?
Not even like yes, but like it doesn't have to be like a cute song that like holds meaning for the two of you. Like if you gave your dad a microphone and you gave him a stage, what song would he sing?
He would
because
sing.
I know without a doubt
what would your dad sing?
My dad would sing. I actually, you know what? Maybe it's not without a doubt. It would either be like Where the Streets Have No Name by U2, or like Born to Run by Bruce Springsteen.
Oh. Those are both really good options. Not that I know the first one, but I'm sure it's a good option.
Yeah. You would know it if you heard it.
Okay. Yeah, because I was going to say U2. My dad would sing, I have no idea, something like really unhinged, though. Like, Your dad is
he's giving Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Do you kind of get the vibe?
I pick up the vibe.
Carry on my wayward son.
Yeah, that is kind of scary accurate.
He would definitely air guitar to the solo.
Don't give this man a microphone, please. I'm begging you.
Well, that just made me very excited for your wedding.
Yeah, right? Yeah, for Carry On a Wayward Son.
I'm going to put in a formal request.
He's going to sing that as I'm walking down the aisle. He's going to be walking with me and pull out a microphone.
Like
a handheld mic.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
No, get that man a battery pack. He deserves it.
Oh, God.
Oh, all right.
Well, that was a fun one.
Yeah, I actually thoroughly enjoyed this haunt. I feel like we had some good banter during this episode, too.
Do you guys think we had good banter? Please tell us. But if you don't think we did, don't say anything. Because it'll hurt our feelings.
Please go leave us at least a 4 or a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts if you love us.
At least a 4.
At least a 4.
Even a 3.5 I would take. I don't know if you can do...
I don't think you can do half stars.
Okay, well then... You know what?
Shoot for the 5. Mm-hmm. Shoot for the 5.
But
don't
only...
bring our rating down.
No pressure. Yeah, don't put our rating down, please. It will hurt my feelings.
We'll take it personally.
Yeah.
But also no pressure. Love you guys.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Bye.